I still remember the exact moment my heart broke into pieces no one could ever put back together. There I was, 8 months pregnant, sitting in that cold hospital room with monitors beeping around me like a ticking clock. My husband David had been gone only 4 days. A sudden heart attack while he was driving home from work, they said. One minute we were laughing about baby names. The next, I was a widow holding nothing but his favorite hoodie and a lifetime of what-ifs. The contractions started right after the funeral. I was alone in our tiny apartment, pain tearing through me like fire, and I did the only thing I could think of. I called my parents. My voice shook as I whispered into the phone. "Mom, Dad, the baby's coming early. I'm scared. Please, I need you here with me." I waited for the comfort I'd known my whole life, the safety net that had always been there. Instead, my mother's voice came through flat and cold. "We warned you about marrying David. We told you he wasn't stable, that this life you chose would leave you with nothing. We're sorry, but we can't drop everything. You made your choices. Now you have to live with them." The line went dead. I stared at the phone in disbelief, another contraction ripping through me while tears streamed down my face. The nurses saw the panic in my eyes, but no family showed up. No one held my hand. No one whispered it would be okay. I gave birth to my daughter Lily that night, completely alone. Her tiny cry filled the room while I sobbed into the pillow, shattered in ways I never knew a person could be. In that moment, something inside me cracked open and changed forever. I promised her right there, while I held her tiny body against my chest, that I would never let her feel the kind of abandonment that had just destroyed me. But what I didn't know that night, what none of us could have imagined, was that the real storm was still years away, and the revenge I would serve my parents would be the kind that changes
The first
everything.
few months after Lily was born were a blur of pure survival. I went home to an empty apartment with a newborn and no one to help. My parents didn't call. Not once. No flowers, no card, nothing. I fed her at 2 a.m. while crying so hard I could barely see, wondering how the people who raised me could leave me in the most terrifying moment of my life. The betrayal felt like a knife I couldn't pull out. Every time I looked at Lily's sweet face, I saw David's eyes staring back at me, and the pain mixed with a love so fierce it kept me breathing. Bills piled up fast. David's life insurance was small, and I had to go back to my waitressing job when Lily was only 6 weeks old. I'd drop her at a neighbor's house for a few dollars an hour, work double shifts with my body still healing, then come home exhausted and hold her until we both fell asleep. Postpartum depression wrapped around me like a heavy blanket I couldn't shake. Some nights I sat on the bathroom floor wondering if I was strong enough to do this alone. But every time doubt crept in, I remembered that hospital room and the silence on the other end of the phone. That memory became my fuel. I started taking night classes at the community college while Lily slept in a carrier on my chest. I earned my degree in business, one exhausted step at a time. I poured everything into building a small online boutique selling handmade baby clothes, things I wished someone had given me when I felt so broken. Slowly, orders came in. I worked from midnight until dawn after Lily went to bed. Friends I met through a single mom's support group became my real family. They showed up when my own blood had walked away. Years passed like that. Lily grew into this bright, fearless little girl with her father's smile and my stubborn heart. She started school, made friends, and asked questions about her grandparents that I answered as gently as I could. They weren't ready to love us the way we needed, I'd say, swallowing the anger so she wouldn't carry it. My business took off. I moved us into a cozy house with a backyard. I watched my daughter thrive and felt proud in a way that healed some of the old wounds. But deep down, the betrayal still lived in me like a quiet scar. I had learned to stand on my own, but I never forgot how easily my parents had turned their backs on me. Then, one ordinary Tuesday afternoon, the phone rang. It was my mother, after 12 long years. Her voice was smaller than I remembered. "We're getting older, honey. Your father's health isn't what it used to be. We'd like to meet Lily, just once. We know we made mistakes." I listened without saying much, my heart pounding so loud I could hear it in my ears. Part of me wanted to scream at them for every lonely night, every milestone they missed. But another part, the stronger part I had built from the ashes, knew exactly what I needed to do. I invited them over the following weekend. They arrived looking older, frailer, eyes wide as they stepped into my bright, beautiful home. Lily, now 12 and full of quiet confidence, stood beside me. I watched my parents take it all in, the photos on the wall showing every birthday, every school play, every soccer game they had never been invited to. I gave them the tour in silence, letting the pictures speak first. Then I sat them down at the kitchen table and showed them the video I had prepared. It was a short film Lily and I had made together, her narrating her life story from the day she was born in that hospital room to the strong, kind young woman she had become. She looked straight into the camera and said, "My mom did this all by herself. She showed me what real love looks like when the people who were supposed to love us walked away." My parents' faces went pale. My mother covered her mouth. My father's hands trembled. I spoke softly but clearly. "You left me when I needed you most. You chose your pride over your daughter and granddaughter. I spent years proving to myself that I didn't need you, and I was right. Look around. This life, Lily's future, we built it without you. And now I have to protect what we have the same way you taught me, by choosing family that actually shows up." They cried. They apologized. They begged for another chance. But I simply shook my head, tears in my own eyes, and said, "Some doors close for a reason. I forgive you, but forgiveness doesn't mean I owe you a place in our lives." They left that day quieter than they had ever been. I closed the door behind them and pulled Lily into the biggest hug. In that moment, a peace I had waited 12 years for finally settled over me. Betrayal can shatter you into 1,000 pieces, but if you're willing to pick them up and rebuild, you become someone unbreakable. The best revenge isn't loud or cruel. It's living so fully, so beautifully, that the people who hurt you can only watch from the outside and wonder what they lost. I chose my daughter. I chose myself. And that choice changed everything.